What's good, y'all? What's good? Your boy Mike Sears, Speak Ya Clout Podcast, as always, live every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hear my brother Vod Crack by the Wizard Northern Island in the building.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
Hell yeah. And tonight, we're talking about the legendary Cypress Hill with that Sophomore album from 1993, Black Sunday. Man, turns 30 years old this year, man. And I had to talk about this one. For me, like we did Temples of Boom, did we do top 10 Cypress songs?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
and we did something else. What the self-titled, right?
yeah, the first album. Yep.
Yeah. So you know how we got. I said it at nauseum at this time, but I'll do briefly in that, but I'll talk more about Black Sunday coming into my life. I knew who Cypress Hill was before I even liked hip hop, because at the end of the TMNT, that Secret of the Ooze tape that my uncle had, he had Brenda's Got a Baby on there. He had some De La Soul on there, but he had Hand on a Pump and How to Just Kill a Man, both of them. And I watched them religiously. I love those songs as a kid before I even had anything. So that's my introduction to Cypress Hill. Then what made me want to get into them, like bust up buying the cassettes, was the Insane in the Brain video on Beavis and Butthead. Seeing that, you know. So I got those two tapes first and played them like crazy. It was on Columbia. So Columbia had like the bulky tapes with the white print, just like Illmatic had. I remember that shit. And we would bump the fuck out of them, man. Play that shit nonstop until Tempest came out. Tempest came out on Halloween of 95, and that's my favorite. But yeah, Black Sunday, I remember getting that and playing it religiously. I got it 2 years after it came out, 95. And it's probably my second favorite Cypress Hill album. But then I go back in the fall, I'm like, yo, is this my second favorite? It's hard for me, man. It's hard. But yeah, Black Sunday, definitely a great album. We'll get into that. But how about you, Vod? When did this record come to you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this must have been the first album of theirs that I properly heard. It must have been, because I remember, as far as like mainstream like radio and like television was concerned, the first Cypress song that I would have heard would have been Rap Superstar, Skull and Bones era. That would have been the first one I heard. Yeah. But as far as like hearing it from my older sibling, it had to be Black Sunday, because I remember hearing songs like A to the K and that Ain't Going Out Like That, and I remember just being like so kind of blown away by how different they sounded production wise, and obviously Be Real's voice is just such a trip, you know what I mean, just so different compared to everyone else, you know what I mean. And yeah, I mean, I've liked them pretty much my entire like hip-hop listening like since the beginning, basically, for me, since I ever liked this stuff. So I mean, Cypress Hill, they're a top 5 group for me of all time, and never get tired of them ever.
Yeah, I don't get sick of Cypress at all. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's like they're goated, they're goat status. Cypress Hill.
And all the albums are so different to me, you know.
Yeah,
they all have their own personality, you know. I think with Black Sunday, you know, coming off the first album, I think this album's darker. It's like, you know, even the album cover that you got as your picture there, it's like they were, you know, really getting into that like darker imagery as well, which I love, you know what I mean? That makes sense with them, you know, when we talk about, you know, this was like their massive breakout album. And a large part of that is the fact that they were able to cross over into like the rock audience. And obviously like their imagery was a big part of that as well. And just like, yeah, they really stood out, you know, compared to everyone else.
Big shout out to Massachusetts, my hometown, and WAAF. This is a station that I got in the Slipknot, System of a Down, Static X, all that good shit. They would play a couple of rap songs. Jump Around, House of Pain, Beastie Boys, a lot of shit from them. But they play Insane in the Brain all the fucking time. So that you mentioned that crossover, yes. They played that a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. So, yeah, that crossover was huge.
It's weird. It's like they were the one. They're like, yeah, Beasties are probably like the other example. Cypress and Beasties are like the two groups that like people who don't like rap listen to. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, ICP too, for real. They were all the metal heads, like the new metal kids.
Yeah.
ICP, they had Jekyll Brothers shirts on. You know what I'm saying? So another exception from that time period, anyway.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but man, oh man, like Black Sunday, that album cover is tremendous. What I love, I don't have it next to me. I have to lift up a big box to get to my Cypress shit. But this as a kid, looking at those pictures, it's like B Real looks like he's dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Muggs his head down. Cinder's got his face just there with the bucket hat, the Cypress Hill bucket hat, and they have that dope. I think it's about like them like legalizing marijuana, and they're breaking down each strain. I think it is. I can't remember verbatim, but that was dope. I used to read up on that when I started smoking bud and shit. And speaking of smoking bud, these guys are like my. Every time I smoke, they're with me. You know what I'm saying? Along with Rush and Pink Floyd and shit like that. But Cypress, boy, yeah, I love smoking to these boys. But yeah, that dope booklet too. I want to mention that as well.
I'm losing you a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's just me.
Oh no, I don't see that little Wi-Fi connected thing there. My shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all good now. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be just my end.
Probably could have been me, but I was looking at the screen, so you never know. It does that fuck shit. But I was saying, the booklet was amazing.
Oh yeah, the booklet's awesome. Yeah, and I even just love the back. The track listing as well. That works so far as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amazing. Cypress Hill Black Sunday, 1993. Doobie said I can hear y'all. Good. Thanks, Doobie.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, first track, I Want to Get High. Man, I love how grimy and dusty the production is from Muggs on here. One of Cypress's many beat anthems. I love this shit. The herb is more than just a powerful potion. That's real shit. Shout out to Be Real for that one. Tell Bill Clinton to go and inhale. I love that because, Bill Clinton was newly the president around that time. And when he was saying he didn't fully smoke weed, he said he tried it, but he didn't inhale. So you got to love that. And it's just an amazing anthem. It's like a build, and it just starts playing. And it's like, just incredible. And they are like superb with their weed anthems. You know what I'm saying? Before Cypress, rap niggas didn't really talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was more for the hippies and the white boys. But Cypress, Brang being a stoner to hip hop, and they're just as iconic in the fucking pop culture marijuana world, just like Cheech and Chong is. And they're on the High Times magazine and all that. But yeah, I Want to Get High. Fantastic. Great way to start the album.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, perfect way to start off the album. I love the overall kind of atmosphere, just how it starts off. It's got that kind of like siren kind of effect, you know what I mean? And how the the samples come in and just the overall kind of gloomy vibe. It's just, perfect way to kick off the album. It's so instantly sort of memorable as well, that I want to get high, so high. Just it's one of those ones. Once you hear it, it's going to be stuck with you, kind of thing. And I mean, it serves its purpose perfectly as like an intro song. Just one verse from B Real, but that's all you need. And he's just kind of like floating over that, brilliantly. Love how he kicks it off with that. It's the funk elastic, the blunt, I twist it, the slamify, Buddhify funk on your discus, just, flexing over that. And, like I said, just that overall, like, gloomy atmosphere is just perfect for this song. Obviously, DJ Muggs, incredible, one of the greatest producers of all time. And, like I said earlier, this album is darker and overall like grittier, I think, compared to the first album. And the first album is definitely like, it's definitely not, sunshine and rainbows by any means, you know what I mean? It's definitely gritty too, but Black Sunday, I think, elevates it to another level. And I Want to Get High is a perfect example of that for sure.
Absolutely, man. Incredible. Love this shit. I love smoking weed too. So that's it's right there with me. I Want to Get High, bro. Next, I Ain't Going Out Like That. Man, I love this joint. Just builds up, insane beat. B Real is one of the most underrated and gifted MCs of all time. I swear he is, man. So dope on here. Sin Dog does his thing on here as well. That Black Sabbath, the Wizard sample is incredible, man. Love that shit. My favorite band of all time. So hear him on there. Love it. Of that self-titled joint from 1970. That will huff and puff and blow your head off. fucking fire. I love Sin shit talking at the end too, you know? Get the bowl of dick up, yeah, and all that shit.
Yep.
Bro, and going out like that. 5 mics on. Straight the fuck up. Fire. Production, everything. One of the most unique sounding fucking hip hop groups of all time, Cypress was, and it shines on this motherfucker right here. So, and going out like that, perfect song for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this song is just phenomenal. This was, I believe, the third single off the album, which is crazy to me. I would have thought it would be either first or second, but yeah, no, this is actually the third single from the record. And this song, also the only song on the album not produced by Muggs. This was produced by T-Ray. And
thank you for that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know that for years because it just sounds like classic Muggs. You know, I'm sure Muggs, obviously he had his hand on it, with mixing and things of that nature. But yeah, it's just like that classic Cypress Hill sound. I love the driving kind of bass line. Doom, 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 amazing. And like you said, that Black Sabbath sample is just so ill. And yeah, I just love the overall energy on this song, coming out the slums, it's the hoodlums, I'm pulling my gat out on all you bums, I just love that. Just so hard, this I think this album is like I said, darker production wise, but at the same time, I think it's more aggressive too, throughout, grab my gat and load up the steel, and if you want to get drastic, I'll pull out my plastic Glock automatic synthetic. I love that. Fire. Be Real killed that. And then I thought Sendog, he stepped his game up too, you know what I mean, from the from the self-titled to this one as well. And I thought Sendog did his thing on here, where I'm from, the Gatsby smoking. I'll be damned if you think I'm joking. Know that I'll come with the static, erratic, 4-5 automatic, screaming at you. The red lights beaming at you. He killed that. I think he did his thing on that. And yeah, overall, it's just a fire song. Like you said, that I'll huff and puff and blow your head off. That's a perfect way to end off the song. Yeah, just the hook, it's so simple, but it's amazing, perfect kind of chanty chorus that, you can just imagine a full arena or whatever, just chanting that at a live setting. Yeah, definitely one of Cypress's sort of iconic anthems. And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Love the video too, you know what I mean? Just so raw and gritty, matches the song perfectly as well.
Fuck yeah, that shit hard, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Now single, man. It's Staying in the Brain. First single off the album. Always adored this beat. This chorus is infectious. Oh man, I love this shit. Like I said, Beavis and Butthead video, seeing the video was like the Simpsons, they were on the Simpsons around that time, and it was just fucking immaculate. The whole fucking roll up for Black Sunday and Staying in the Brain is just great. Sendog with all those types, he has all types of smoke for Chubb Rock and Kid Frost on here. Be Real felt dissed after he watched the Chubb Rock, the Yabba Dabba Doo video off, I think his second album. And he rhymed in Be Real's cadence, and he said, time for some lyrics, after he mentioned, I think Handle the Pump kind of flow and bars up there. So I would take it as a diss as well. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you for pointing out the I Think I'm Going Crazy on the OG pressings, because I never knew that. I didn't get the CD to 98, and I had the tape, but I can't even remember that beat. It might have been on the tape. I don't remember. But that shit was incredible. I downloaded that version. Now I got it. So I had to have that. That's how it should be. Just fading out, it's okay, but I like that. I think I'm going crazy. That's amazing. I know it's in the video. I've been knowing that, but man, incredible, bro. It's in the Brain. Never gets old. Iconic song, like you said. It fucking got the metalheads to fuck with it, to fuck with Cypress, and they bumped that a lot on the radio, on the rock stations and shit like that. But yeah, man, It's in the Brain, top tier joint for me, man. Classic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone knows this song. This is their Juicy or something like that. You know what I mean? This is their sort of big iconic song. I went on the Spotify today. You know the way they show the plays and all that?
Yep.
Insane in the Brain has 338 million plays, and obviously that's their number one song. Their second biggest song on Spotify is "Hits from the Bong," surprisingly, which is not a single, but that's half as popular as "Insane in the Brain." That's how big "Insane in the Brain" is. It's absolutely monolithic, that song, you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, this was the lead single, and everything about this song is amazing. I love the intro. Just who you trying to get crazy with? They say, don't you know I'm loco? Just fire. I
Yes.
love that. And then it kicks in that instantly, like, catchy head naughty beat. Classic. Mox production on this track, and yeah, like you said, I didn't know about the Chub Rock and the Kid Frost like subliminal disses on here for years. You know what I mean? Just didn't,
Yeah.
because that's some like, you had to be a no for that. For
Oh yeah.
for those bars. Definitely they don't make it obvious. But yeah, I love this song. I just love. Again, they just sound so dope over this production. And the lights are blinking. I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Love that. So
Oh,
it's one of
so
my favorite parts
fucking
on there for sure. And again, I thought Sendo did his thing on here. Pretty dope. I believe that line where he goes, time for the blabber to watch that belly get
Better get
fatter,
fat,
fat
fat
boy on
boy
a
on a
diet.
diet.
Don't
Don't
try it,
try
I
it.
jack
Jack
your
that
ass like a
ass like a
looter in a
little
riot.
riot.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of his verse, and that's apparently him going at Kid Frost, and yeah, I think overall the song is amazing. Maybe out of obviously out of all the Cypress songs, it's by far the most famous one. Um, maybe sometimes a little bit burnt out on it, but when it's on, I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't go out
Yeah.
of my way to listen to it that often. But I think the song's phenomenal, and it's one of those ones. Again, once you hear it, it's stuck in your head. The chorus is such an earworm. It's
What I
classic
love about
material.
it, one of my favorite parts about it is when across the chorus. It's simple,
Oh,
but I gotta maintain a nigga like me is going into. I love that shit.
crazy, insane, got no
All
brain.
right.
Amazing, yeah,
Yeah, wow.
definitely, it's
Happy.
iconic.
He said, "Happy face nigga never seen me smile." Yeah, hard, bro. Hard.
Yeah, like I said, I think Sandog stepped his game up on this.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Next, second single, I believe. When the shit goes down, man, absolutely love the beat on here. Be real and sin, warning you to be ready when the shit goes down. Self-explanatory type shit. The production on this track is superb. Sounds like this really sounds like this to me. It sounds like an acid trip version of a Looney Tunes cartoon. That beat, it sounds real trippy. I love that shit. With Cypress, there's not too much subject matter to dive deep into. Not telling stories on here, but so I'll be real brief. But when the shit goes down, a masterpiece of a song. Love that shit.
Yeah, great song too. Yeah, I was very surprised to learn that this was the second single because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't scream single to me because it's like, yeah, like you said, like a kind of a gritty track, like lyrically. Um, you know, talking about being ready, like you said, it's a real kind of street kind of song. B Real says, I told the boys to get the sawed off Glock and the rest of the gas as I strapped on the bulletproof vest. You know what I mean? That's some real like getting ready for some serious stuff going down. I love where he says, towards the end, I'm coming out blasting like Yosemite Sam. I love that classic Looney Tunes stuff right there.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, and like you said, the production as well. Yeah, definitely has like a trippy kind of vibe. Kind of has like reminds me of like some kind of like 70s kind of stuff as well. Just yeah, love the kind of, again, it's like eerie, but at the same time, there's a chillness to it as well. There's that kind of like foreboding kind of tension behind the beat. You know what I mean? You know, there's something that's going to happen. It's all good for now, but something's going to happen. That's kind of what I get from the track. And yeah, it is fire. Fantastic. And I'll quickly mention the remix by Diamond D that's on their EP unreleased and revamps in '96. Love that
Oh
version too.
my
That's really
god.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah,
fire.
that's some shit right there, man. Hell yeah, brother. Yes, sir. Next, we get Lick a Shot. Man, my favorite song on the album.
Same here.
Oh, my boy. Long distance that, my boy. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Grimy shit. So I let the get home. Lick a Shot. Fucking fire, man. I love B-Real's energy on here. He sounds fucking pissed. You know what I'm saying? Love this joint. Always been my favorite song. It's just grimy. Those fucking drums, bro. Muggs is nasty. This album was like, not that most dark, because that's Temple's hands down, but the most dirty, I want to say. Like, Black Sunday's dirty. Just dirty basement-like beats, And this shit is amazing. Everything about it I love, bro. It's incredible. So, yeah, Lick a Shot, 5 mic song, and my favorite song on Black Sunday, bro. I can't go wrong with Lick a Shot, bro. You just can't. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing, for sure. Yeah, 4th single off the record. There's no music video or anything for it, which is a shame. But yeah, love the song. Like you said, Be Real. He snaps on this track, and really shows what he can do. Both, like his flow, like it's nice to hear him in a kind of like pissed kind of mode, and I love how he kicks off the song with a zippity doo dah, zippity hey, cried oh my, wanna get that punk with my AK and get on the way on a mission, puffing on a fat ass J. Love that. So far. And he ends off the first verse by saying, watch me turn to a psycho all of a sudden. Blasting all these fools with a passion. Look at the Glock when it's time for some action. Of course, that's a reference to how I could just kill a man off the first album. Love that fire. And another bit that I love, towards the end on the 3rd verse where he says, I had a bad dream, woke up in a casket, now I can't even get back at the bastard. Bullshit. I love that fire. And of course, Esham would sample that. Had a bad dream, woke up in a casket on Closed Casket as well, which is amazing too. But yeah, I mean, this song is just amazing. And the beat as well from Muggs is that, like, pretty like high, like fast paced, high tempo, for this album. You know what I mean? It has that kind of like action-y kind of feel to it for sure. And yeah, brilliant. I absolutely love it. And I love when it follows, when the shit goes down, because this feels like the shit going down, this song. I think it's brilliant. Yeah.
It's a good way to put it, bro. Like some shootout type shit, bro.
Yeah, definitely. It's my favorite song too.
Yeah, likewise, brother. Some motherfucking grimy shit, which, Jesus Christ, we might be number 2. I might give y'all niggas the top 3 now, but yo, I cocked the hammer, boy. Man. Muggs made this shit mad dark, man. Those drums are hard. Sen set it off lovely. I love that. They'll start me up because I'm not the Rolling Stones bar. And that Jamaican dude sounds dope as fuck on here, man. I don't know who that is, but that shit is definitely dope, man. Definitely one of my favorite songs. And I love the fade out with the rain and thunder, bro. That shit is incredible. This is top tier Cypress. Excellent song, man. What can I say, bro? Like, nothing fucking a skip yet. So, yeah. Cock the hammer. Ill shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love this song too. Love the atmosphere of it. The intro alone, with the, like the storm coming in and the when the bass line drops, the doom, 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 doom. And you can actually hear like guns cocking like very quietly in the background during that. It's amazing. Great way to the start the song. And then Sendog, he sets it off lovely, I think, with that I'm a chicken hunting for a chicken, get paranoid when you hear my Glock clicking. I thought he did a thing on that. And I wonder, obviously we know about the Cypress and Cube beef that happened a few years later, but that I'm a chicken hunting for a chicken, Mac 10 later used that, and I'm thinking, did Cube did he take that from this as well? Yeah, because obviously Cube was all over that Mac 10 album, and I'm sure like Cube probably helped him with like hooks and stuff, so like I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, just thought I would point that out. But yeah, and then later on, Be Real, he killed it as well. Take my weapon, step into a whole new realm, step back as I take up on the helm on the pirate ship I'm steering. I love that. Just again, fire as hell. And I like when he says, better talk quick because you might get dusted. Your gut looks rusted, disgusted. Again, that it's kind of like a shot. It's just that gangster kind of stuff. But I guess maybe more like when the shit goes down, it has that kind of like eeriness. It's that kind of like tension, that kind of like knowing that something bad's gonna happen. And how does that kind of feel? But yeah, I think it's amazing. And again, the highlight for me of the song is just how it kind of builds into the song itself. That intro is just phenomenal. But yeah, the overall song is absolutely fantastic. Another like standout for sure.
Fuck yeah, man. That shit hard, yo. That's like top 3 for me. It might be, man.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah,
we get Lockdown. It's a dope interlude. I love playing that shit while I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my Smoke 2 albums. I let that shit ride. I don't really skip it when I'm smoking, but a regular listen to, I might just, skip. Not much to it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, Cypress, Muggs, he loves the interludes. I think they're dope as long, in my opinion, interludes like this are fine as long as they're short and there aren't too many of them. And this album only has 2 interludes, so I'm totally fine with it. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, shit hard, bro. Then we get the Little Putos. Putos means bitches. Hard body shit. The drums on this shit is so dope, man. B-Real goes in on this joint. So does Sin. Talking about making bitch ass niggas run when they flash that heat. Dope track for sure. I rocks with it heavy.
Yeah, I like the song. It's maybe not like it's it's a dope song, but it's maybe not as dope as the stuff that's come so far. You know what I mean? It's definitely, I would say, my least favorite out of all the stuff that we've heard so far. But that's not to like knock it. You know what I mean? It's just following some incredible songs.
Yeah, I can't hate on that, bro. You're right.
Yeah, but it's a dope song for sure. The beat is classic Cypress. It's dirty and grungy, but at the same time funky. You know what I mean? You can just kind of vibe out to that, and yeah, like you said, Be Real and Sendog, just kind of showing that they don't play, you know what I mean? And yeah, I like it. It's a dope song for sure. I like that, make him run boy, it's
yes.
Catchy stuff right there. But it's maybe not like one of the best songs in the album, but it's still dope. I still like it.
You can't hate on that, brother. Next we get Legalize It. Just a skit. Really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but I guess it ties into what like the booklet was talking about. Breaking down. It's a hemp plant and it's used for other stuff. It's not just used for smoking. So you should legalize it because it can do this and that. Kind of fits in with that whole kind of regime that they had going on.
Should have never been fucking illegal in the first place. What harm did it ever cause? Nothing. And I'm an advocate for that shit, bro. Some like Peter Tosh type shit, bro. Like dead ass. Love marijuana. So it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, amazing. But yeah. Next we get one of my ultimate favorites again. Hits from the Bong. Absolutely love this joint. I love the Bong sound hits. You know what I'm saying? Hear that shit bubbling. I love that shit. There's water inside. Don't spill it. Oh man, definitely there's water inside the Bong. Got to put the water inside there. I remember the first time I smoked the Bong, 2000, at my boy Adam's house. My third best friend, white boy, juggalo, and one of the most greatest experience I ever had. Just dumb high hitting the Bong, bro. Remind me of this song right here. Hits from the Bong. Excellent, man. Be Real mentions Cheech and Chong on here, which is always a good thing. I fucking love Cheech and Chong, man. So yeah, man. The best track is hitting the Bong, bro. Basically, that beat too. I fucking love it.
Yeah, Yeah, no, definitely. Like, this is another like iconic song from the album, even though it's not a single. It's definitely just one of their most well-known tracks. And like I said, on Spotify, it's like their second most popular song. And yeah, obviously, great track. Love the kind of like the Dusty Springfield sample in the background. That Son of a Preacher Man. Love how that's flipped and sort of like drawn out a bit and just kind of made a little bit, a little bit more kind of like psychedelic and kind of just darker and grittier. I really like how that was flipped. And again, just Be Real sounds so great on this. Pick it, pack it, fire it up, come along, and take a hit from the bong. Like, just how he floats on that, brilliant. You know what I mean? He doesn't get, Be Real is just so underrated. I know it's not like you said earlier, it's maybe not like the most, amazing like storytelling or like crazy, like lyrics or whatever, but his ability to like float on beats like this is just, underrated as hell. And obviously his delivery is just so original as well. And yeah, he even has that "I Love You, Mary Jane," playing homage to Rick James. You know what I mean? Fire, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, and it's a short song too, because it's one of those ones. It goes by really quickly. I think every time I listen to it, it's like, oh wow, it's like finished already. It's only a little under 3 minutes, like 2.5 more like. But yeah, I think it's a great song. Really like the remix for it as well on the unreleased and revamped. But yeah, I love this version too, and yeah, it's just an iconic song. Absolutely.
Absolutely, bro. Pretty breakdown, brother. Time to get or go around, come around, kid. I absolutely love this shit, man. The production on here is great. Just knocks. Love the chorus as well. Send Dog's like, he's a dope MC, but he's like Be Real's echo a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Come around and shit like that. So yeah, fire, bro. That's all I got on this one. I really put on any bars or nothing like that because I hate doing that. Just listen to the fucking song. I'm gonna recite the whole verse for you.
Yeah,
Really,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, this is another song, kind of like Free Little Putos. It's not like an ultimate highlight for me, but I still think it's a dope track. I still like it. It's similar kind of subject matter too. Just not to be messed with. I like when B Real says, then you get to kick to the jaw, kid, and then I rip out your eyelids. That's grimy. But yeah, it's that, I still like the song. I think it's dope. It's just not one of my personal favorites, but can't go wrong with it, man. It's still dope. The hook alone, like, again, like what we said earlier with like Insane in the Brain and Ain't Going Out Like That. It's simple, but it's so catchy and so dope.
Oh yeah, brother. Respect. Then we get A to the K. I love the wild style sample in the beginning, man. You got the Spanish kid and the white girl down near the fucking train, and homie wants to jack him before Five Freddy comes and saves him, and he's like, A to the K, A to the motherfucking Z. I love that, yeah. Bro. That's so ill. And that A to the motherfucking K, homeboy. I just love this fucking song. And it said A to the K and all that shit, man. Oh, it's gonna be on, going on. Amazing song, man. Dope ass joint. Phenomenal song. A to the K.
Yeah.
Dope as fuck.
Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's another highlight on the album for me. This song actually originally was on the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, in '92. Yeah, that movie with Wesley Snipes.
I love that movie.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really dope song. Like he said, pretty self-explanatory, obviously, from the title of the song alone. But yeah, just so dope. My favorite part is when B Real said, keep your face down as I take your pound. Don't let me see nobody get up. Just hug the ground. That is grimy as
oh, yeah.
Saying like, if you want to have a chance, just play dead. You know what I mean? Yeah, just love that. And Sendog, he did a sing on here as well. Hail to the Kingpin, pay or you get crowned, or better yet, I'll roll you up like a fat J. I like how he ends off with that. But yeah, overall, One of my favorite tracks on the album. It's definitely probably my favorite track on side 2. If you were like splitting it in half, yeah, it's like my second, like my favorite track on the second half of the album. But yeah, really, really, really good song.
Fuck yeah, brother. Next we get Hand on the Glock. Man, one of my favorite beats on here. I love how B Real uses that hand on the pump cadence on this track. That self-defense turns to the offense. The scratching on here as well. Just a certified banger if you ask me. Dope as fuck.
Yeah, this is dope. This is was originally, it's it's pretty much a remix for hand on the pump from the first album, and it was originally actually a B-side on Latin Lingo. So there you go. It's another
really?
sort of yeah. So the thing is with this album, Muggs said this is that this album was actually really rushed, and I think as a part of that, A to the K was a song that was on the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack, and this song was the B-side on Latin Lingo. So obviously they're having to maybe fill up a little bit of time by using songs that have been out for a little while, but they fit perfectly on the album. They don't really stick out, you know what I mean? Like, it just works. And Hand on the Clock, I think, is like a good sort of remix version of Hand on the Pump. I prefer Hand on the Pump, but this is still dope, you know what I mean? And like you said, I thought it was dope how they were able to basically recreate the song, but with different lyrics. And I love that it's simple, but I love, that simple, when defense turns into offense. I love that. It's just so far in the background. Yeah. And, even just how they rewrote the hook, I put away the shotgun and bought me a Glock. I love how they're referring to Hand on the Pump with that, got rid of the shotgun. We've moved on to the Glock now. You know what I mean? That's far. And yeah, I really like the song. They even do like the heading up the river with a boat and no paddle stuff. You know what I mean? They kind of go through the same kind of beats of the original, but just kind of tweak them a little bit. Yeah, it's like a good redux basically of the original track. Yeah, I like it for sure. It's dope.
Speaking of the first album and how they're using tracks, this next track sounds like it could be in the first album to me. That beat structure to me, break them off some.
I agree. Yes,
it sounds like that, man. It does. And Sin Dog tells you eat a bowl of dick up again. You know what I'm saying? I love how the beat is, like I mentioned, is fucking fire. B Real's flow in here is perfect, and I think it's a dope album closing, man. To this, Jesus Christ, immaculate album that's Black Sunday, bro. So yeah, break them off some. Fire to me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like a fast-paced kind of like action-packed way to the end of the album. Kind of like just going through like a high intensity kind of situation, and yeah, I really like it too. Maybe not like an ultimate favorite, but I think it serves its purpose well as an album closer. You're not gonna like this, but you know what the beat reminds me of? Reminds me of "What's Up, Doc?" Kind of "Can We Rock" off the Shaq album. Reminds me of that.
Amen.
Can you hear it? No,
I can almost know what you're saying. I don't. It's not too much of a fucking what the fuck you're talking about type deal. It ain't like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately it got to be compared to that. But yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I'm just you know me. I like comparing to when we're doing
definitely.
these album reviews. I like having links to stuff that we've covered before. But no, yeah, it's definitely a dope song, and I like how fast B Real is rapping on this. What the fuck, I'm rolling in a Mack truck that's stolen. It just sounds fire. Definitely, it's like a dope way at the end off the album for sure. And yeah, like you said, a great way to end off this album, and it's a short album too, and I like that a lot about it. It's an easy listen, really easy.
Oh yeah, brother. There you have it, Cypress Hill Black Sunday, 1993, the sophomore album from these fucking legendary Stoner Gods. Now, like I do every episode on Ya Clout Podcast, you give our top 3 songs on the album and the classic Sauce Mike rating. So for me, Black Sunday, it's a 5 mic album for me. I'm giving it 5 mics. Absolutely. And my top 3 songs, hands down, that Lick a Shot, bro. Lick a Shot. Then number 2, I gotta go Cock the Hammer. And number 3, I Ain't Going Out Like That. Incredible album. Just dope follow-up to the classic sophomore record. And yeah, Black Sunday, dope ass album, man. Blew them niggas up and it's in the brain. Excellent album.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually going to go 4.5.
Not
And
mad.
I'll tell you why. I think the first half is a lot stronger from the second half.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit front loaded, this album, but with I Want to Get High all the way down to Cock the Hammer, I mean, those 6 songs are absolutely unbelievably good. And I think from Three Little Putos down to Brick 'em Off something, it's not quite as strong, but don't get me wrong, love this album. Love this group obviously as well, but 4.5 for me. Top 3 songs, I'm gonna go with Ain't Going Out Like That. I know it's massive, but it's unbelievably good in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just, I love that song. Lick a Shot, that's my favorite song. And A to the K, love that song too.
A to the K. I don't know if it was from being, I talked about this before. I don't know if this is from being in fucking like underground hip hop phones, but I've been felt with this guilt trip of saying, I know it's a single, but hey, I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, no, I know for sure.
Y'all niggas guilt
It's just a
tripping.
habit.
Yeah. Nah, you know I suffer from that, Ross. You know I suffer from that shit, right? Like,
It's a dope song's a dope song. Who cares if it's a single? For
absolutely, bro. Yeah, Black Sunday, bro.
And it was the singles that got us, made most of us fans, for the most part. It's
yes,
the
sir.
singles that got, put us onto this stuff for sure.
Be real with the long curly hair era, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is that, wop, blah, 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 wop, Funk Dubious era.
Yes.
Now I just sit on the seesaw. Now I just shoot 'em up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. I love Brothers Doobie. That's my favorite. Which Doobie You Be is just fucking good. Good album.
The funkiest. It's fire, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yes, sir. It's Black Sunday for you. Next week, if you subscribe to Speak Ya Clout Podcast, you've already seen it, man. Cypress Hill 4, 1998. Man, I might like that more than this.
Same.
Homie fucking
I know, yeah. That's some people might consider that a hot take, but yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to this girl Heather, man, little redhead chick. She used to bump full like crazy, man, and talk to me about Dr. Green Thumb and all that shit. Back when that album came out, I was in like 7th grade, maybe. Yeah, 4 is amazing, man. Excellent album.
Yeah, looking forward to talking about that.
Oh,
yeah.
I am, bro. I can't wait. Because niggas don't talk about it, bro. Niggas need to talk about 4. 4 is crazy. You down to chop it up for a little while? Or you want to end it here, brother?
You know what? Personally, I'm gonna end it there just because I actually need to get a train tomorrow morning, and also obviously I did the big long one yesterday.
Oh, understandable,
so,
bro.
Yeah, no, and I'm also pretty tired too. But
yeah.
No, I'm happy to just end it there.
I'm watching that AEW conclusion, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's happening. Yeah.
That's what I'm watching, bro. I'm just gonna kill some time and then watch that shit. But yeah, see y'all niggas next week. Cypress Hill 4, 1998.
This live stream almost exactly the same length as the album.
That's dope.
43 minutes. Yeah.
There you go, bitch. Yes, sir. All right, yo, we out of this bitch.
Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.